Okay, you guys, let's try this again. Let's try it again. I think that I can get my laptop to pull up now too. No. Okay. I can't pull that up right now either. So there is just so much, so much to talk about. And sometimes whenever it feels like there's so much to talk about, I almost don't know where to begin. So I just kind of have to pause and let whatever flows. So I'm sitting here with my laptop right now and my notebook that I got from my leadership summit. Because I've obviously, I read over those notes often. But I'm also always, listening to other trainings and taking notes, and I am hosting my very first in-person training. Well, I shouldn't say my very first, because I always do, especially if someone's local to me, I always opt to meet with them in person before anything. So I've done many trainings in person, but this is the first one that I've had like more than two people at a time. And I'm really, really, really excited. And it's just, when you, what did I even title this? Okay, so obviously July is very magical. July is a very, very big month. And I've been in this industry. So last month I celebrated my 5 years in this industry. And I am like kind of one of those people who have joined, and it was a slow and steady progress. And then when you finally get to this point, it's like things just start taking off. And it's all about your mindset, and it's all about staying consistent. And I can honestly say in the 5 years that I've been doing this, I have stayed consistent because I just knew that you have to do that. And I knew in all of this time, I knew that I wasn't giving my business my all. I knew that, but I was also very comfortable where I was. So my journey is going to look a lot different than yours. My journey looks a lot different than my mentor, and everyone's is going to look a lot different for different reasons. Now, for the longest time, would I have admitted that I wasn't giving it my all? No, because who wants to admit that we're at fault, right? But I still stayed true to it. I still stayed consistent. And I still just, let the game take its course. And I kept showing up. And the event that I went to in June was a leadership summit. It was an invite only leadership summit. And that you had to be a certain rank in the company to even be invited to go. And I was there, which means I was obviously invited. And that was how I celebrated my 5 year anniversary. And, well, what was it? I want to say it was in March or April. I also won a leadership mindset course through my company, Farmasi. And it was the coolest experience for me because I love mindset. I know how powerful our minds are. I know how we play tricks on ourselves. I know now how much our core beliefs that stemmed from childhood play a factor in how we operate today, and how you show up for your business today, and how you work your business or don't work your business. It's all core beliefs that are stemmed from childhood. And that's just the kind of stuff that I'm interested in. And I knew when I attended that was a virtual conference. That was a leadership mindset virtual conference. I knew at that point that things were going to start moving in a different direction for me, because I know that I've been holding myself back, but I didn't know why and I didn't know how until I attended a mindset course that helps you pinpoint things from your past that no one wants to think about. And when you are able to pinpoint those things and work through them and learn how to switch how your mind operates, right? You come into this place, it's like this beautiful place that you didn't even know existed. And it just really, it's like that's when things start to flow differently, and you can kind of get a better sense of what it means to truly only give attention to what matters. Meaning, for one, you're not giving your attention to just a bunch of random people who literally don't feed into your life. If you are trying to grow your business and you're hanging around a bunch of people who hate network marketing, well, that's like a huge red flag on yourself. And if you want to keep hanging around those people, you should educate them, because this is like this opportunity, this industry wide, I'm not even going to go company specific on you. This industry is beautiful and it is life changing when you decide that you're ready to let it be life changing. And, you know, that is like, when you are in that space where you're constantly just surrounded by negativity, you have to separate yourself. And you might not always have a group of people that you can go to in person right away, but with it being 2022 and like 90% of things being ran online, you can bet that you're going to find a virtual community that is going to, you know, help you evolve and help you grow and empower you and make you feel all of the good things that you've been missing, and help you in return kind of feel that way about yourself. And that was my biggest thing, or one of my biggest takeaways, just being in this industry. And I think back to, you know, the type of people that I let in my life 5 years ago to the type of people that I let in my life now. I'm very picky. And I'm really proud about how picky I am, because I have come such a long way with learning how to love myself and learning to basically just unlearning a bunch of things that I'd always thought about myself over the years. And, you know, we feel like, oh, well, you know, it's just so-and-so, that's just how they is. Well, listen, if so-and-so gets in your head and makes you feel a certain way about yourself that doesn't keep you up here, like, they don't deserve you. And you have to go in another direction. You have to find your people. And it took me okay, I can only see one comment, and it was Jessica's. So it was just meant to be. And she said more people need to be picky. And Jessica is like, it's gonna make me cry, but see, maybe your comment shouldn't have been the one that came through. Jessica is someone I have known since second grade. And she has always been a really big part of my life. And like, I remember her believing in me more than I believed in myself. In the way, like, I remember when we were 18, 19, 20, like, the things that she would say to me, or how she would talk to me, like about how I was, like, I couldn't see that. I couldn't see that from her. And like, always reminding me to like not let people treat you like crap. And I never saw it, but it took, because I didn't believe it until I had to get to a place where I was ready to change my thought process, and I was ready to just elevate myself as a person. And that's when the game started changing for me, and I started realizing who I was and what I had to bring to the table, and I started accepting what type of person I was and what type of person I'm not, and what type of people I want in my life. And you know, I think that that's a thing that we kind of always evolve through, but Jessica has always been a constant person in my life who has just like always been like, no, like, you're not going to let someone treat you like that. So how ironic that her comment, it's like literally the only one that I can see. But the point is that it's just a choice. It's a choice that you have to choose to make every single day. And this network marketing is literally the reason that I focus so much on mindset, because in network marketing, it is a job, right? We know that anywhere you're going to bring in a paycheck, it's a job. So you have to show up. I don't clock in and get an hourly pay at Farmasi. I don't, you know, message my CEO and say, hey, I'm here, like, I'm ready to get paid. He doesn't care. Like, he wants to know if I'm going to show up for myself and put in the work for myself. And until you have like a job like that, I don't think that you always realize how mentally strong you have to be, because you will always go through life. You will always have ups and downs. I've been doing this for 5 years. I've gone through a hell of a lot of life in 5 years. And there have most definitely been days over the past 5 years where I wanted to quit. There have been days where I didn't feel like I was worthy, where I didn't feel like anyone would want to buy from me. I didn't feel like anyone would want to join my team. I didn't feel like anyone would want me to, coach them and that they would trust me to help them along the way. There were days that I just felt like, you know what, screw this. It's not for me. I'm just going to stay in the corporate world where it sucks, but at least I don't have to, I'm always going to get that same boring hourly pay. But there's always been that part of me that's like, no, like you're not going back to that because you are meant to be here. When you have something that's laid on your heart, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy, but it's there for a reason. And that reason, like after 5 years, it's finally starting to become fruitful for me. And what I mean by that is that I'm actually starting to see the rewards of the work that I've been doing for 5 years. And it's important for me to say how long it has taken me because so many people want to give up on themselves just like that. Just like that. Some people won't even allow themselves to get started because of fear. Fear is a liar. There is no room for fear in your life. When something is laid on your heart, it's not your choice or it's not up to you at that point to go tell your friends like, hey, this was laid on my heart. Do you think it's a good idea? No. Who cares if Sally Joe doesn't think it's a good idea because it wasn't laid on her heart, it was laid on yours. And you have to be the one that takes action. You have to be the one that puts one foot in front of the other every single day. You have to show up. And I feel like people don't always realize what the journey is like. They see you where you are now. People see me where I am right now, being accepted into a leadership summit and how amazing it is. And congratulations, it must be so nice. Yeah, it is nice because I have worked my ass off for 5 years and it has not been easy. Pretty much any mental block that you can go through, I've gone through it and I still go through it. I still have limiting beliefs. I still have things that, hold me back that I work through because I'm a human. I'm a human just like you. But it is so important for you to take action on whatever it is that is laid on your heart. And now I'm going to have the opportunity this month to speak in person to a group of women who have trusted me to be their mentor in this industry and pour into them. That is something that this has led to, is me being able to pour into people. And so many people just need reminded of how great they are. And so many people just need to be reminded that they are enough and that they do need to take action when something is laid on their heart because it can change your life. And that is why I've been so drawn to mindset when it comes to network marketing. Because if your mindset isn't right, you're not going to stay in it. You're not, because it's going to get hard. And you're going to get in your own head just like you do with anything else. But this is harder because, again, you are your own boss. I'm not anybody's boss. Kaylee's on my team. I've not once been in Kaylee's inbox saying, hey, what did you do for your business today? Hey, like how many sales did you have today? I've never. That's not how I am. And maybe, you know what? Maybe that's why my 5 years has taken me longer to evolve to the point to where I am now. But here I am. Here I am with a team who, I want to say we sold over $32,000 last month in a summer month, which everyone says is so slow. Okay, well, I had two girls on my team promote last month, $32,000 in retail sales. So, I mean, summer months are what you make summer months. If you want to take the time off, then you can take the time off, but you're also taking the time off your business. The only person who will make your business grow is you. And the only person who will hold your business back is you. And that took me a really, really long time to learn, to accept whatever it was that I needed to do. It took me forever to grasp that and be okay with getting out of my comfort zone. Because I also believe that so many of us have a light inside of us that we have the ability to help others. And when you think of it that way, it helps you put your other foot in front of the other and just keep going, knowing that you're not doing it for you. This isn't for me. This is for them. This isn't for me anymore. This is for my team. This is to make sure that Kaylee, as a single mom, has a really freaking good income coming in. This is for Judy and Lois, who are my top leaders on the team, who are going to earn $1,000 bonus next month. And I've just never had this happen before. And I was with my last company for 3 years, and I'm very open about all those thoughts that ran through my head when I was leaving there. I wasn't growing. I wasn't evolving. Everything was like stagnant and just kind of like drop in, stagnant, drop in. I'm like, this isn't for me. Maybe I'm not meant to stay home with my kids. Maybe I'm not meant to help other people in this way. Maybe, maybe I'm right. Maybe no one does want to buy from me. Maybe no one does want to join my team. I don't know. Like, apparently I'm just not good at this anymore. Any bad thought that you can think of, it has literally ran through my head and probably then some. I've dealt with depression. I've dealt with anxiety. I've dealt with all of it. It's all there, but it's a choice. I made the choice to keep going. I made the choice to leave where I was, because even where I was before, okay, I was thinking about this the other day. I had promoted, because I want to say Farmasi so far, I'm working on my 3rd promotion. So, and this is like pretty standard in network marketing. When you hit a rank, you have to hold it for like, normally it's 5 months. You have to hold a title 5 or 6 months, and then it's like officially yours, if you will. Farmasi, you only have to hold it for 3. So July, I ended my 2nd month holding my new title, which is 3 promotions in Farmasi. And that's how many times I had promoted with my last company in 3 years. And you want to know something? I didn't get any pay rank. Like, I didn't get a pay increase. I didn't get a pay bonus. I never got a trip. I sure as heck didn't get a leadership invite to anything, because there you had to be like the top of the top. And my team under me, they didn't get anything. But when my team and I maintain our promotion for the 3rd month this month, I will definitely be rewarded for that. I was already, and because of this promotion, that's why I was invited to the leadership summit. But my 2 top leaders underneath of me, who have been with me just about the whole time that I've been here, they're each going to have $1,000 bonus checks on their pay in August. And that to me is just so amazing, because there's no other company like this, you guys. You're crazy for thinking that there is. We literally hold the title of having the highest paying compensation plan in the United States in this industry. We have over 500 products, insanely stupid affordable. We're getting ready to launch a customer program. We have new launches of products every month. We're getting ready to launch a program. If you're in network marketing, it's called Penny App, except, at Farmasi, we're not going to have to pay for ours. So that's just another perk. I'm pretty sure other people in the industry are paying for theirs, from what I have been reading from other network marketers, which is literally going to tell you what to do with your business every single day. X, Y, and Z. It's going to say, Kelly, do this today, and then do this, do this, do this. It's going to be like, oh, okay, I didn't even have to think about anything. Hey, James. There's just so many perks to this. And, there's been 1,000 times that I could have quit, but I just kept going, because I always had that voice in my head that said, just keep going, just keep trying, keep working, keep showing up. There's always something that you can do better. If you are someone that says you know it all and you're doing it all, I highly doubt it. Like, I could put $1,000 down that you're not, and you don't. There's always something more to learn. There's always one more thing to do for your business. One more thing to learn, one more thing to do, one more action step to take, one more person to talk to. Like, you're not doing all of that. And if you are, then you're probably like not even watching this, because you're insanely successful. But I really I want you to just give yourself some grace, take a deep breath, and know that every person that takes a leap of faith after something is laid on their heart, they are absolutely terrified. Like, I still remember just like it was yesterday when I would get on live videos inside a closed Facebook group where I think there were under 100 people at the time, and I would get on there and do a live, and my voice was like kind of shaky, and my armpits were literally drenched. I was so insanely nervous. And I told Very for the longest time, we were talking about this last weekend, like, I'm like, do you remember when I used to tell you that if I would just go live on my personal page, it would help me so much? He's like, yes, I remember. And he always just said, just do it. And I would say, but I can't. I held myself back. And I held myself back for a good 3 years before I decided that, you know what, enough is enough. And this was laid on my heart for a reason, and it wasn't laid on my heart to be quiet about it. So it's always a good idea to chase whatever it is that's laid on your heart, whatever it is. It does not matter, again, if Sally Joe thinks it's a good idea or not. It is not for you to go spread the news to everyone around you to get their ideas, because when you let so many other voices in your head, you're clouding your own judgment, and you're like, oh, maybe that is a bad idea. Maybe, maybe Sally Joe is right. Maybe my own heart doesn't know what I need. And I know that that's very hard for a lot of us to do, because I've been there when we have something exciting and we want to tell everyone about it, but I'm telling you to just pause and don't do it. Let yourself soak in however it is that you're feeling about what it is that is laid on your heart, and then go do it. And then share it with people. Don't try to get a bunch of people's opinions first, because it's going to cloud your judgment. You're going to be in a spiral, and then you're always going to have this thing laid on your heart and not doing anything with it. And you're just going to sit in doubt and fear, and you're going to be judging yourself. Like, I know, I have been there, and it's not worth it. What is worth it is being uncomfortable and getting a little bit scared and letting your armpits get sweaty and just doing it. Just showing up, because that is where you grow. And I just really want to encourage people to do things that are laid on their heart, because I never would have thought that I would be where I am right now in a company in network marketing. But like, I haven't even talked about everything that is on the line for me this July, but there's a lot on the line, and I'm just trying to take these first few days of the month to like let it completely sink in before I go crazy and start sharing it all. But it's a really, really big month. And I guess the last thing that I'll share is the age is truly just a number, because the top 3 top leaders on my team are all 50 and older. 50 and older. And when I told my girlfriend that at the beach the other day, or no, it wasn't, it was in the beginning of June, because May was our first month hitting this big promotion. And I was explaining it all to her, because she's not in the industry, so she doesn't get the lingo. So I was like trying to dumb it down for her, and I'm like, my top 2 leaders are over the age of 50. And she's like, really? Like, no one realizes that. And when I was at Leadership Summit, a lot of the leaders there were saying that a lot of their top leaders are over the age of 50, because they have a better work ethic, for one. A lot of these young, like early 20-year-olds are just kind of flip-flopping around and don't really care about anything, but they don't realize that you actually have to work, I guess. I don't know. And I don't mean that to like, say all young 21, 22-year-olds, because there's actually, I want to say one of our top leaders here in the company is in her early 20s. But I just like to throw that out there, that my top leaders and a lot of the other top leaders in this company are over the age of 50. And they're doing amazing things, that most of them do things that I don't even do yet. So I hope you guys have a great Saturday, and I will talk to you later.